you know, like I said, out of mind, out of body experience. And so her program, and I just said, I just kept praying about it. Her program was to get me in remission within 3 to 4 months so that I would have enough time to continue treatment so that by the end of the year, I could start my stem cell transplant and be on the road to recovery by January 1st. Well, what ended up happening was the fact that she worked her side of the program extremely, extremely well. We were in remission by like October 19th. Thank God. It was a very short time. So from July to October, we made it to remission. But then I was dealing with my insurance company at the time, which at the time it was a lot of chaotic nonsense because they were only going to approve the fact that we'll approve your transplant, but we wouldn't approve your aftercare. We'd approve this, but we won't approve this drug. I mean, it was just nuts. And so I spent like most of October, November, and December saying to myself, if I can't get this done, because everybody that's listening to this, to get a stem cell transplant now in today's world, the average cost is about $500,000. I mean, that's
Woo!
just straight up $500,000. In my particular case, with all of the circumstances that I went through, and of course I had to go back because I had engraftment syndrome, which I'll talk about here in just a minute, it was closer to $2 million, for the stay that I had in the hospital. And so what ended up transpiring is I fought with my insurance company, and then I said to myself, I said, enough's enough. I said, let me go to the VA hospital and see if I can get them to facilitate helping me out. And what ended up happening is I went to the oncologist department there in the VA. They ran all the labs and tests, verified that I had my multiple myeloma. And then eventually one of the doctors said, you know what, Greg, since we don't have the ability to give you a stem cell transplant here in San Antonio at the VA hospital, we will refer you out. And if we refer you out, we will pay for all of the costs 100%, including all of your post care. And so I was like, thank you, God, for that whole situation. And so after all of that transpired, like I said, we were targeting trying to get my transplant done by December. With everything that happened with the insurance, it delayed it. And what ended up happening since we got referred out, instead of us having to go out of state to get the transplant, I was able to get the transplant done here by a hospital that was very close to the VA. And it worked out in our favor very, very well. So we were blessed based on everything that transpired and worked out. There are so many moments through the period of my diagnosis, treatment, where I just said to myself, the power of me healing is beyond me. I knew it was all in God's hands, but some of the things that were happening were miracles.